Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2. This morning, we have three dockets. We have a trial docket, pre-trial conference docket, and an announcement docket. When I call your name, please come forward with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, then we will wait for your attorney to arrive because your attorney may be in another court handling another matter. If you are representing yourself, that is, if you do not have an attorney, then when I call your name, please come up before the bench by yourself. Wilkerson says, on what docket? They're here. Is it Jim or DeCluet? Would you please come forward? DeCluet? Your last name, well, your full name is Jim or DeCluet? DeCluet?
Yes.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. DeCluet? I'm doing, that's good. Now, Mr. DeCluet, you're represented in your case by your attorney William Wilkerson. Your attorney will not be here this morning. He's sick. And so your case will be reset. Our court coordinator is going to reset your case. Once your case is reset, once your case is reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. Okay, Thomas, well, not, let's see. Anybody on that? We don't have. Is Margarita Loza?
She's present, Your Honor.
She is?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. She's on page 3 of the docket. That's March 12th. How you doing, Ms. Loza? Your full name is Margarita T. Loza?
Yes.
How are you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Loza, you're representing your case by your attorney Tom Kelly. Attorney Kelly, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. Thank you very much.
Yes, but the state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, how are you?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Mr. Kelly, you'd like to keep Ms. Loza's case on the trial docket?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Okay, this case will be reset till the 17th of March 2025. Ms. Loza, she's on trial docket page 3. I mean, page 1, the third person. You gonna get your reset? You gonna get your reset from
Yes, Judge.
court coordinator once you get your reset? Be free to go and you have a blessed day,
Thank you, Your Honor.
right?
I'm going to. Sure. Okay.
Mr. Macon,
Yes, John.
what's your announcement on Joshua Peavy?
He's a plea, I'm doing paperwork now.
Okay, we'll hold on it. That's on the pretrial conference docket, page 2, the last case. And what's your announcement on Ava Schillings?
Your Honor, he's someone I've got, just need a little more time, I asked for 30 days.
Okay, Mr. Schillings? Ava,
He's outside, Your Honor.
okay, we can have him come on up. This is cause number 24 CCCR 1902. Case is style of state of Texas versus Alva Leon Schillings Jr. Mr. Schillings, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Schillings?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Schillings, you're representing your case by your attorney Terrence Macon. And Mr. Macon, how are you doing?
It's Monday, I'm doing pretty good, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Macon, what is your announcement in Mr. Schillings' case?
Your Honor, we need just a little more time. I'm working on this case with Mr. Trichter, and he's in trial in some other county today,
Okay,
30 days.
give us a reset.
It'll be March 24th.
Okay,
I'll be,
this case reset March 24th, 2025. Mr. Schillings gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir.
Okay, next case is cause number 23 CCCR 0480. Case is style of the state of Texas versus John Michael Shear. Mr. Shear is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Shear, you can take your mic off of mute. Mr. Shear, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Shear, you're represented in your case by your attorney Ben Castleman Flory. Mr. Flory is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Flory, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes. Mr. Flory, what is your announcement in Mr. Shear's case?
Well, not ready, and I realize that may not be an announcement that the district attorney is aware of, but because I have been trying to get a video from the district attorney's office, and I'm not blaming anyone. It's a complication that I've had to work with their staff, and they've done an excellent job of cooperating to try to find a video on which this case is based. if you see the probable cause affidavit, you will see that it says that based on the officer's review of a video, he believes my client made a false report. And that is the video that the DA's office has been looking for, the misdemeanor division. And I can't, they can't find it so far.
Who's the prosecutor on this case? It was, I see, at one time it was Hoffbar. Have you looked into the video?
I have not looked at that video, Your Honor.
We've changed prosecutors a couple of times, Your Honor. I don't know
Right,
which one I'm dealing with now, but
yeah, it's Andrew Hubel is a prosecutor. He's actually, it's the gentleman on the monitor at the bench. You should be able to see him on the monitor. But Andrew Hubel is a prosecutor. I just asked him. He said he's been unable to locate the video. Have y'all, I guess you contact the agency?
Correct, Your Honor. And they're, we've not been able to find such a video.
Okay, so Mr. Flory, what's your announcement?
well,
This is on the announcement docket.
I couldn't hear what he said, but was it that he can't find it or is looking for it?
Right, he said he contacted, I asked him if he contacted the agency. He
Yeah.
said yes, and then he said that they couldn't locate it, or couldn't find it.
Well, I don't know that the state can make the case without it. And I'm would like to visit with the DA's office about a dismissal if that's the case. My client has insisted he's not guilty of this all along, and that would be my position with the district attorney's office. And as far as an announcement is concerned, I suppose we could set it for a pretrial hearing.
This can take place outside the court.
What did you say?
Any discussion regarding this can take place outside the court. Though.
Yeah, okay. So what I'll do is we'll reset. Well, he's said that any discussion on this matter can be taken outside the presence of the court. Now, what I'm going to do is reset the case and place it on the pretrial conference docket. And give you an opportunity to give it to district attorney's office. Give me a reset. Okay, this case will be reset to March 24th, 2025. Mr. Flory, your reset will be sent to you. And Mr. Shear, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman because they will be given notice of your reset. You're free to go and you have a blessed day, Mr. Shear. And Attorney
Thank you, Your
Flory,
Honor.
you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
March 24th is what you're thinking, Your
Yeah,
Honor?
March 24th of 2025 at 9 a.m.
You're so courteous to allow us to use the video. I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, you have a blessed day.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye. Makes sense. Brandy Harvey. Brandy Harvey. That was on, let me sit down, his other friend is on the pretrial conference. Harvey's on the announcement. She didn't answer. Beata Flores Espinoza. Please come forward. I know that. Please come forward.
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Espinoza, your full name is Beata Flores Espinoza? Okay, how you doing, Ms. Flores Espinoza? I'm doing fine. Now, your attorney, Mr. Matusa will not be here this morning. And so your case will be reset. We were just informed. Okay, so you're gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. Is he? Is he? Hydra Clark. Mr. Clark. Your full name is Tiger Clark.
Sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Clark?
Good.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Clark, you're representing the case by your attorney, Don Boudreaux. Attorney Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
And Mr. Boudreaux, what is your announcement in Mr. Clark's case?
Your Honor, we need a reset, for two reasons. One is that, I only learned about this case last week, because for some reason, you appointed me in January, but we never got, my secretary never got notice of it. And I don't know how to get emails at the office, so she changed all of that. And I didn't know about it until last week when his dad called me and we got to talking. But it's kind of unusual, so, just give about 30 days so
Need it,
that I
okay.
can get discovery from the DA's office.
Okay, give us a reset date. This case will be reset until March 24th, 2025 at 9 AM. Mr. Clark, your attorney, you'll get your reset here in court from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go, but stay in contact with your attorney and your boss. Okay? And Mr. Boudreaux, you will get your reset as well. And Mr. Boudreaux, is this your only case today?
I think this is the only one I got today.
Okay, so you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Mr. Clark, you'll be free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Please have a seat. That second chair on the wall.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you, Gary.
you're welcome. Court is in session in clause number M 331-268, cases filed in the state of Texas versus Joshua Shea Peavy. Mr. Peavy, is that your full name? Mr. Peavy, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Peavy, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Peavy, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Peavy?
Well, yourself.
Oh, well, it's fine. Thanks, Fax. Now, Mr. Peavy, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney James Macon, and Attorney Macon, do you waive a record in Mr. Peavy's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is represented in this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you, Judge.
Mr. Peavy, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Peavy, it alleges that you, Joshua Shea Peavy, on or about September 6th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed, well, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a watercraft in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed a Class B misdemeanor offense of boating while intoxicated. Mr. Peavy, understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, Your
Mr. Peavy, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document? Now you notice that my initials on here, and I scratched out the word DWI and replaced it with BWI. And I replaced driving while intoxicated with boating while intoxicated. On page 2 of this same document, the 2 sets of initials, one set of initials, JRM is your attorney's initials, and JP, your initials. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, Your
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. You understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Peavy, before you sign and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes,
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Peavy, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
State offer states 1.
Any objections?
No objection, states 1.
No objection, states exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Macon, you've advised and counseled Mr. Peavy. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Peavy, your attorney, Mr. Macon, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, Your
Mr. Peavy, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 1 year deferred probation, $500 fine, 60 hours community service, interlocking court cost.
What is the court cost? What? Who's himself?
Another thing is to get the paperwork. You'll go get the paperwork.
Mr. Peavy, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500. You'll be required to pay court costs of $377. A DWI conviction fine of $100, probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education. An initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $172 a month. Will you be able to pay the $172 each month? You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DW education class, have an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms and condition of this probation. Mr. Peavy, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Peavy, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Peavy, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction in your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Peavy, just please stand in front of our. Where's the bailiff? Just have a seat in that first chair, and when the bailiff come back, you can follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
Most the later this time.
This is cause number 24 CCCR 0130, case of South State of Texas versus William Chaz Page.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Page, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Page?
Doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Page. You're representing your case by your Attorney Marvel Provo. Attorney Provo, how are you doing? Ms. Provo, what is your announcement in Mr. Page's case? Okay. It was a reset,
No, free for all.
pre-trial. doc. The case will be reset for trial March 24, 2025. Mr. Page, you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go on your blessed day.
Yes, sir.
Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall and wait for your name to be called. You know. Well, that's what that is. Yeah. It says, February 24th. You see in the body, second sentence? No, it's, okay, you may be excused. You have a blessed day. Dallas Norris,
Good morning.
come on.
Good morning.
This is cause number 24 CCCR 0754. Case of style of state of Texas versus Dallas Norris. Ms. Norris, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Norris?
I'm fine.
That's good, Ms. Norris. You're represented in your case by your Attorney Joel Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Actually, now, Mr. Vasquez, what is your announcement in Ms. Norris's case? I see she has a felony, same offense date, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, what date is your felony case settled?
They said they was waiting to talk to someone, I think they said 30 days, they told me set it for 30 days. They didn't give me a date, they just said 30 days.
Okay, hold on, okay. Could you check with, look on the computer on Dallas Norris? She's on the announcement docket. See when a felony case is reset to. Dallas Norris. Okay, so Ms. Norris, what we're going to do, court coordinator will continue to check the computer, see when your felony case is reset. And then once they put a court date in the computer, she's gonna reset this case to that same date. Okay, so your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman.
Okay.
Now, on that date, make sure that you come here first, check in with our bailiff, and then you'll go down the hall or wherever your case is and take care of the felony case and then come back to this board and let us know,
Yes, sir.
okay? So at this time, you're free to go. Stay in contact with your attorney, your boss, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And Mr. Vasquez, you have any more cases?
I do, Your Honor.
You do?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Case-
Okay, Michaela Cole. Michaela Felice Cole. Please call the name of Michaela Cole at the courthouse door.
We're. Hurry. Doing right.
Hmm?
Doing all right.
Good.
Okay, Michaela Cole's name was just called at the courthouse door. Michaela Cole did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Cole an opportunity to appear in court. She has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Same moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Michaela Cole's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. And cause number 24 CCCR 1324. Mr. Vasquez, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you. Michaela Cole, page 4 of the announcement document, the last one. Danny Ariola. Danny Ariola, okay. Danny Ariola was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's really called the name of Danny Ariola at the courthouse door. Danny Ariola did not answer.
You may be.
Danny Ariola has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time is 10:01 a.m. on today's date, February 17th, 2025. Ms. Bailey, could you please call the name of Danny Ariola at the courthouse door?
You might be confused as to the date.
Okay, Danny Ariola's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Danny Ariola did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Ariola an opportunity to appear in court. He is not appearing in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Danny Ariola bond will be forfeited and warrant should be issued for his arrest. And cause number M332660. Karika Barnett. Cause number is 23CCCR 1502. And cause number 23CCCR 2550. Ms. Burnett, your full name is that Tarika Tennille Burnett?
Yes.
How are you doing, Ms. Burnett?
I'm fine.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Ms. Burnett. You're represented by your attorney Peter Dahl. And Mr. Dahl, what is your announcement in this? Well, first, do you want to keep this on the trial docket?
Well,
It's on the trial.
it's
docket.
been suggested by my client this weekend that we need to make an offer to the prosecutor to see whether they'll take it.
So you just want to make a count off? What I'll do, I'll hold on it, give you an opportunity to have a conference with the prosecutor, okay?
Okay.
Just have a seat, Ms. Barnett. Arthur Goolsby? Just hold on a minute. She just got it. Okay. We'll call it when it's ready.
Real fast.
Okay. Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 1834 case of South State of Texas versus Brandy Harvey. Brandy Harvey was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At or about 9 a.m., Brandy Harvey name was called at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Brandy Harvey did not answer. Brandy Harvey has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 10:07 a.m. on today's date of February 17th, 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Brandy Harvey at the courthouse door?
Randy Harvey. There's my son.
Brandy Harvey's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Brandy Harvey did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Harvey an opportunity to appear in court. She has not appeared in court. Say, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Brandy Harvey's bond will be forfeited and the warrant should be issued for arrest. And clause number 24 CCCR 1834. Arthur Gooseby. Mr. Grove,
Yes, sir.
this is cause number 23 CCCR 2664. Case is filed state of Texas versus Arthur L. Gooseby. Mr. Gooseby, is that your full name? Yes. Mr. Gooseby, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Gooseby, do you swear affirm and tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gooseby, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Gooseby? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Gooseby, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney David Grove. Attorney Grove, how are you doing?
Real good today, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Grove, do you waive a record in
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Gooseby's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gooseby, I have before me a document on my computer that is titled information sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Arthur L. Gooseby, on or about November 4th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the class A misdemeanor offense of burglary of a vehicle. A burglary of vehicles. Mr. Gooseby, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gooseby, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials AG on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gooseby, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Grove, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that Mr. Grove went over? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Gooseby, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Except for stage 1.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Grove, you revised and counseled Mr. Gooseby. Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent?
None that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
And Mr. Gooseby, your attorney, Mr. Grove, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gooseby, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to 15 months deferred probation with a $500 fine and 50 hours community service.
What is Mr. Goosby's full cost? Mr. Gooseby, the state is offering that you serve 15 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $277 plus a probation fee of $60 a month, a urinalysis fee, $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, and you'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $139 a month. Will you be able to pay the $139 each month?
Yes, sir.
You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service. And you'll be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Gooseby, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gooseby, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you have been accomplished in trial. I will also find that your plea and waiver is freely voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And the court will accept your, will follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Gooseby, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Mr. Grove, about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, this will conclude your case. You will stand in front of the court coordinator and follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Grove, this is the only case.
Yes, sir.
You're free to go as well. You have
Thank
a
you.
blessed day. Please stand in front of the court coordinator. No, and if not part of the plea form, you don't put it on the plea form. What docket is this on? Pre-trial conference. On this one.
Judge.
Yeah.
I have a client who appeared.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Zoom, and he's on a tractor.
Is
in the
breathing-
Field, if we could please call this case, it'll be very.
Yeah, we was looking for you earlier.
Yes, sir.
Breathing, I think, yeah. Okay, this is cause number N331592. Case is style of state of Texas versus John Frank Breeden. Mr. Breeden is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Breeden, how are you doing?
Good. I gotta figure out.
Oh, you good?
You're good. Oh,
Oh,
Hear me?
yeah, we can hear you and see you. Okay. Now, Mr. Breeden, you represented your case by your attorney.
Okay. I've never done this before. Sorry.
Okay. You're represented in this case by your attorney Corey Crenshaw. Attorney Crenshaw, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Mr. Crenshaw, what's your announcement in Mr. Breeden's case?
Your Honor, we have this case resolved. If we could just reset it for the trial docket. If the officer appears, it will be a plea. If the officer fails to appear, it will be a dismissal.
Okay, so we're gonna reset that at March 17th. What's that? 24th? What was that date?
I think they previously had it on April
They
7th.
had it on April 7th
If
previously.
we could do it on April 7th, the trial docket, Judge,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Okay. Mr. Breeden, your case is gonna be reset to April 7th. Your attorney, your bondsman will be given notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And.
All right, you too.
Okay, you welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you welcome.
Right.
Mr. Roebuck? This is cause number 23 CCCR 1240. Case is style State of Texas versus Cole, Whalen, Malone. Mr. Malone, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Malone, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Tom Roebuck. Attorney Roebuck, you would like to keep this case on the trial docket?
Yes, sir.
Okay, give us that reset date. This is Cole, Whalen, Malone, page 7. Trial docket.
March 17.
The case reset March 17, 2025. Mr. Malone, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Roebuck, once you get your reset, you're free to go as well. And you have a blessed day. Okay. Jason Michael Maggio. Is it Maggio?
That's it, Judge. Maggio.
What document is?
Pretrial conference, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is in session in 2 cases. Clause numbers M332348 and clause number M334088. Both cases are styled the State of Texas versus Jason Michael Maggio. Mr. Maggio, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maggio, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maggio, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Maggio?
Oh, how are you doing?
I'm well, thanks for asking. Mr. Maggio, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Corey Crenshaw. Again, Attorney Crenshaw, how are you doing?
I'm doing well this morning, Judge. Thank you.
And Mr. Crenshaw, do you waive a record in Mr. Maggio?
We do, Your Honor.
Mr. Maggio, and cause number M334088, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Jason Michael Maggio, on or about December 7th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespassing. Mr. Maggio, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty. Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maggio, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Mr. Maggio, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials, JM, on a line next to a box that's titled that's titled guilty. Did you place your initials on this document, JMM? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that's titled trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled
Yes,
defendant?
sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain in case you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maggio, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Mr. Maggio, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State offer states one.
Any
No
objection? No objection. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Rich, are you advising counsel, Mr. Maggio? Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Maggio, your attorney, Mr. Crenshaw has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maggio, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily guilty. And freely and voluntarily given. Mr. Maggio, I will state, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 6 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 6, and to tax and retire all for call.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Maggio, state is offering that you serve 6 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 6 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That simply means that the time that you spent in jail has already paid off the court costs. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Maggio, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
You think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maggio, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. And Mr. Maggio, I have another case before me, cause number M332348. And state, I have in that case a dismissal.
Yes, Your Honor.
State, you're dismissing the case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Maggio, the state is dismissing cause number M332348, and I'm signing the dismissal. You'll be able to get a copy of this dismissal in a few minutes from your attorney. Uh-oh. Once you get a copy of the judgment of dismissal, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Please stand in front of the court coordinator,
Yes, sir.
okay? Did you check the case? Did you? You got checking?
That was already.
It wasn't?
No, because I mean, it was an ad from another.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I think that's the one.
Mr. Cox, your full name is Merritt Lance Cox.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Cox? That's good. Mr. Cox, you're representing your case by your attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
And Mr. Reynolds, what is your announcement in Mr. Cox's case?
We request trial, Judge.
Okay,
That's supposed to look something.
yeah, in the rest for my second. Okay, okay, Mr. Cox. Mr. Cox is on page 4 of the announcement docket. You want to reset for trial. Okay, Mr. Cox, your case will be reset for trial March 24th, 2025. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Mr. Reynolds, is this your only case?
I have one other case, Judge. Frank. Last name Frank.
Okay, Mr. Cox, just have a seat in that first chair on the wall.
Thank you. I believe Mr. Frank is present and his phone number.
Okay, Corey Jamard Frank. Corey Jamard Frank was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's pretrial conference docket. At about 9 a.m., the court's able to call the name of Corey Frank at the courthouse door. Corey Frank did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 10:38 a.m. on today's date, February 17th, 2025. Ms. Bailey, could you please call the name of Corey Frank at the courthouse door?
Judge, the only number I have for Mr. Frank has been and is this morning still not in service.
Corey Frank, did you call Corey Frank name? Okay, okay. Corey Frank's name was just called again at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Corey Frank did not answer. A reasonable time has been given to Mr. Frank to appear. He has not appeared today. Do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Corey Frank's bond will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for his arrest. And cause number M332540. And Mr. Reynolds, this is your last case. You're free to go.
All right, thank
And you
you.
have a blessed day.
Okay.
There you go, Ms. Rule. That's it.
Catherine Lachey Strange. Mr. Kimler. Mr. Strange, your full name is Catherine Lachey Strange.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Strange? That's good, Ms. Strange. You're representing your case by your attorney, Ryan Kimler. Attorney Kimler, how are you doing?
Well, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Kimler, Ms. Strange case is on a pretrial conference docket. What is your, I see something about pay restitution.
This is the one we were talking about last week.
We were gonna check on the, I think she was wanting the total, or you wanna do it.
Pam?
You'd sent me a message. We'll check on it here in a minute, Your Honor. I'll wish you wise and right. See if we can get it resolved today.
Okay,
And I will say there was some difficulty in contacting the complaining witness, which is why it took so long, but he did reach out to the office.
I
And we
think we
do
can-
have a total, so.
okay, I'll hold on
Is
it.
that-
Just have a seat. Okay,
Here in a minute.
Yeah. and facts.
Mr. Kimmler, you like to keep, Jashonia Berry's case on the trial docket?
Did he get turned?
Jashonia Berry?
He can do it. Gary? He did. Yes, we'll keep it on trial now.
Okay, you'll say reset that drive.
We were supposed to check it on another DWI, I think.
Oh,
That's-
they was checking on another DWI?
It hadn't been filed yet at the last,
Is there one?
I don't see that, Your Honor.
You say it hadn't been filed,
okay. Well, we're ready on.
so we can't see it. Do you know? Estimate on when it may have occurred?
When did you get arrested?
That's 2 months ago?
Yeah,
December?
that's still quite early.
Yeah, that's no, okay. So we're gonna keep this on the trial docket?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay,
All right. You can go.
yeah. But she give him his reset if you want.
Okay, have a seat.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
just have a seat right there on that first chair right there.
Ms. Strange, gave her the amount and the person. If she can be released, she can go get that today.
Okay,
Okay, you can go.
Ms. Grant.
she.
You did it right.
That first name is Emily.
Post money.
That's a
Motion is substitute.
motion to substitute for,
And as soon as she gets that to me.
that's Ryan Jerry.
I'll just post the case.
That's okay, so Strange gonna take care of that today. Barry's gonna be reset. What's his trial date?
324.
3/24. It's a possible new DWI.
Okay, here's a support about the case.
And Felicia Freddie,
Ready?
oh, she has another one case represented by Gertz. That's what I'm looking at.
Here's it.
Miss Freddie, your full name is Felicia Rochelle Freddie. Miss Freddie, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks. Miss Freddie, you represented in this case by your attorney, Bryce Kimber. Now, do you have another case where you represented by Gertz?
Yeah, I have other cases represented by him, but I was getting him for this too.
You was getting Gertz for this too? Did-
Filed a,
Oh, yeah, it is. There's a motion to substitute right here. Mr. Kimmler, you,
I have no objection.
okay. Okay. Okay, so this motion is gonna be granted. This is 17. And Mr. Gertz, I think, is in the back.
He's not currently, Your Honor.
Oh, he's not, okay.
That's all I'm checking.
Okay, Miss Freddie, your case is gonna be reset. And we've granted the motion to substitute, so Mr. Gertz is your new attorney. And Mr. Kimball, you've relieved many obligations you had in this case. Miss Freddie, just get your reset from our court coordinator.
Yeah. Get custody of this one.
That was back in,
We,
he must have been in, maybe from the last trial setting, he must have been in custody. I'm just looking at a memo.
I did.
It's bound out, put back.
You hired me on this?
On which one? On this one, but he has a new one. He has a new case that, let's see. That, yeah, it's a new assault causing bodily injury case. I guess that case is clause number 25 CCCR 0107. And they don't have you as
Does he
attorney
have
now.
another one pending, Your Honor, or is it just the new thing?
It says it's a new case, it's pending. It's assault, that he doesn't have an attorney. And then the question was, we're gonna ask you whether or not you were on that case.
I'll have to do, if I haven't done a notice of red, I'll have to check.
Can we check to see if he did a notice of rep? Give me a.
I haven't been
bond
hired.
Conditions,
I haven't been hired on that one.
give us some bond conditions.
Just go send it Friday.
double check whenever I saw this.
It's
It's not here, but
the same day.
yeah.
Okay. You can give him some bond conditions.
He's gonna tell you the same concert. And that's if she contacts you, you can't do an answer. If you want to stand, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, I have some bond conditions. I'm gonna read to you first, and then you'll be able to get a copy of them. This document is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court Act Law Number 2, and it states as follows. Following return of a criminal information in County Court Act Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Technically, you can't drink alcohol, or you can't consume
I
alcohol.
said, the defendant shall not, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body.
So he's been ordered to consume.
Yeah, zero tolerance.
But it's not an alcohol-related offense.
He has a drug-related offense.
Do you have a drug-related offense?
Yeah, the first offense.
Okay. So it's still pending then.
Yeah,
So that's been his condition. You can't consume alcohol.
yeah. And so, and then, do you understand that condition? Now, the third condition states that the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition? And condition number 4 doesn't apply. Condition number 5 does apply. Defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless defendant is a peace officer as defined by section 1.07 of Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition? Now, Mr. Johnson, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond will be revoked. If your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Your cases are being reset. And give us a reset page. It's on the trial docket, page 2. Okay, these cases will be reset to March 24th of 2025. Your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset on both, you're gonna get the resets on both of these cases. I think your attorney has to get with you on the second case. And so both of these cases are reset to March 24th, 2025. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you're gonna get a copy of your bond conditions. Well, you'll be free to go and you're on blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. Jason Marino. Mr. Marino. You can take your time, Mr. Marino. You don't have to rush.
We're ready.
Okay, you like to, so you like to keep it on the trial back. Let's see, give us that date, is that the same? Okay, it's gonna be reset March 24th. Ms. Marino, you gonna get your reset? Once you get your reset, you free to go. Haven't seen that second chair on the wall? Patrick Pleasant? You like to keep this on the trial
Yes,
back
we're
too?
ready.
Okay, Mr. Pleasant. Your full name is Patrick George Pleasant?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Pleasant?
All right, how you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Pleasant, your case is going to be reset. We're gonna keep it on the trial docket. This case is reset for March 24th, 2025. Once you get your reset from our coordinator, you're free to go. You're blessed. Please have a seat in the third chair on the wall. Patrick Pleasant, he's he's on page 3 of the first person. Tyrus Trayvon Cyrus or Sias? Sias.
You're ready.
And okay, Mr. Sias, how you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Sias, your case is gonna be reset March 24th, trial 2025. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. Have a seat in that fourth chair on the wall. Fred Toops. Mhm.
Trying to figure out what Which chairs?
Yeah, Mr. Okay, Mr. Toops, how you doing?
Good, all right, so.
That's good. Mr. Toops, your case is gonna be reset on our trial docket for March 24th, 2025. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. Have a seat in that fifth chair on the wall. Nolan White.
He was the one, we were supposed to reset him to spring break because he's in.
Yeah, I see that.
His dad's here. Where's Nolan?
He was trying to get the Zoom.
Zoom?
Oh, he,
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
ask.
Zoom now.
I told my mom that right.
okay, because he had, the last time, not the last time, but the time before that, he appeared by Zoom. Like he was in class or something one time.
Right.
Yeah, I see a note here. I don't know how I got reset here. It was supposed to be reset for spring break.
Yeah, spring break is the 17th through
The 17th of what month?
March.
Oh, they got we put the wrong month. It's the 17th of February. State, you have any objections to?
I have no issue with it.
First.
No, what did you say?
I have no issue with the reset, Your Honor.
Okay.
17th through the 21st.
Okay. So we're gonna reset it to March 17th. What's in the month of March? Is that March 17th? I think we got a trial docket set on that day too.
We have a number 1 setting, Your Honor.
Well, we can still set it in case something happens to the number 1. Okay. It's for March 17th. Yeah, he has to be here in person. That's Nolan White. Nolan White. Right.
5 days to be able to fulfill our part of it.
Is that
State
correct?
has, state has no objections here.
Okay, give us a 45-day reset. Reset to April 7th, and we'll put it on the plea docket. Is that correct?
Yes, I think.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Doyle, you can get your reset. And Miss Barnett, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go on your plus day. Just have a seat that first chair on the wall. And
Thank
you're
you.
free to go as well, Mr. Doyle. Justin Downs. This is cause number 24 CCCR 2522. Case is filed with the state of Texas versus Justin Thomas Downs. Mr. Downs, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Downs?
We're good, Nick.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Downs. You represented your case by your attorney, Ryan Gersh. Attorney Gersh, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. Thank you.
That's it. And the state is representing this case by Attorney Shane Hilton. Attorney Hilton, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Gertz, what is your announcement in Mr. Downs' case?
Judge, we're asking for some additional time for discovery review in this case. Sat down with Mr. Downs last week and looked at the video and some preliminary discovery, but we've got some additional review that we need to do. So
Okay. Give us a reset date. This is on the announcement
Downs.
docket, page 3. Justin Thomas Downs.
Keep it on the-
Yes.
Yes, please.
March 31st. Done.
Okay, Mr. Downs, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Please have a seat in first channel wall. Okay, Michael McGee. We have two cases, cause number 23 CCCR 1504, cause number 23 CCCR 1505. Both cases are styled of state of Texas versus Michael Anthony McGee. Mr. McGee, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Now, Mr. McGee, how are you doing?
Doing fine, Neil.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. McGee, you're representing your cases by your attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, what's your announcement in Mr. McGee's cases?
Judge, we're asking for some additional time here. It's going to be a little bit confusing, but one of the two misdemeanors is tied to a couple of felony allegations over in drug court, is my understanding. But it's a little bit confusing because they stem from, one's from a search, one's from a traffic stop. And so I'm not sure which one is which. I know you're not married to keeping them together with the felonies anymore, but one of them at least is with the felony.
These two says both of them is on the same offense date.
Okay. Well, again, I'm confused about which is which with the felonies as well. Though.
Okay,
Either way, we're not ready to proceed on any of them yet.
Okay.
So we got the felonies reset over there. I don't know when they're
The
reset
felony
to.
court date is still set for today, so I could just watch it and reset it.
okay. So, Mr. McGee, our court coordinator is gonna continue to watch, to find out. She's gonna continue to watch your computer to check when your felony case is reset. Once she gets to that reset date, she's gonna reset these two misdemeanors with the felony. Okay, so you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Stay in contact with your attorney and your boss.
Thank you, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you can,
Okay, okay. I think that's all I have, Judge.
okay,
Hopefully.
let's see. Ms. Strange is back.
You did that. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome. You have a
Have a good
blessed day. William Collins. Yeah, he would. I got him marked off as being here. William Frederick Collins. I have no idea. Normally, if they're on vacation, we don't work. Ms. Hubert? Well, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Now, your attorney is Langston Adams. Attorney Adams has a vacation letter for this week, and so he will not be here. Our court coordinator is gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you'll adjust that. Okay, and have a seat in first channel wall.
Oh, that's a restroom. That's what it was, I got up in the morning.
No, guy.
No, what's your name, sir? Yeah.
Your Honor, after, there's something that needs to be taken up with the strange. Okay.
Mr. Collins, your attorney Langston Adams, attorney has a vacation letter in this week. So he will not be here. And so your case is gonna be reset. Our court coordinator is gonna reset your case. Once you get your case reset, you're free to go on your blessed day. Please have a seat, the second chair on the wall. Catherine Strange. Okay, Ms. Strange, the prosecutor said that there was a matter that you need to go over.
Right.
State,
So Ms. Strange was telling me that she was having trouble getting the amount today, but because, feels that she could tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Post office were closed on the President's Day, so I wasn't able to get it.
oh, that's right, it's a holiday. Yeah. Okay. But what we'll do is we're gonna reset it a week so that she give you some time to get it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's reset it. This is Catherine Strange, pretrial docket, page 2, second person. Okay, so the case is reset to
the third floor. of the
224.
District Attorney's Office, and they should have a receipt for you.
Okay, you're gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Yeah. Oh, you still working on it?
When the last one, you can show me.
Which calls will we be starting on, Judge?
I know the first one's gonna be
360?
yeah. That's the first one I had. Trevante Marquise Moulton. Court is in session in cause number M332360. Case is style, the state of Texas versus Trevante Marquise Moulton. Mr. Moulton, is that your full name? Mr. Moulton, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Moulton, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Moulton, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Moulton? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Moulton, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Marvin Lewis. Attorney Lewis, how are you doing?
Doing all right, Judge. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. And Mr. Lewis, do you waive a record in Mr. Moulton's case?
We do, Judge.
Mr. Moulton, I have before me a cause number M332360, a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Trevante Marquise Moulton, on or about January 14th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed a Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of a controlled substance, Community Group 2A. Mr. Moulton, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? That's what no contest means.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Mr. Moulton. Are you plead? I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. You recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials TM on the line next to a box which check no contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature? Bottom on the line is titled defendant. The top of this document, there's one box checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand this statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Moulton, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Lewis, go over these documents with you? Did you understand everything that Mr. Lewis went over?
Yes.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Moulton, are you a citizen of the United States?
Stand up for stage one.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Lewis, you advised and counseled Mr. Moulton if there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial.
No good.
And Mr. Moulton, your attorney, Mr. Lewis, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Mr. Moulton, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. State, you have a plea bargaining agreement.
We do, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 147 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 147 days. Tax and retire all court costs. The state has also agreed to dismiss the 2 companion cases, and he's fleeing to the other 3 companion as well.
Okay, what cases are being dismissed?
Calls number M329608 and calls number 23CCCR2200.
Mr. Moulton. The state is offering that you serve 147 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will not be required to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 147 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. State will be dismissing cause number M329608 and cause number 23CCCR 2200. And this case will be running concurrent with cause numbers M333010, cause number 23CCCR 2072, and cause number 23CCCR 2201. Mr. Moulton, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moulton, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Let's see. We're gonna do,
M333010.
no, I'm gonna do that one last.
Okay.
We're gonna do 2072. Okay, calls number, we quoted in session, calls number 23CCCR 2072. And in this case, Mr. Moulton, I have before me a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And in this information sheet, Mr. Moulton, it alleges that you, Trevante Marquise Moulton, on or about August 16th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of discharging a firearm in certain municipalities. Mr. Moulton, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, no contest? Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Moulton, I also have before me a document on my tablet that's titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, labeled also as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked no contingent. You place your initials on this document. On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification, the defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document. Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand this statement? I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document. Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Mr. Moulton, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? And Mr. Moulton, the state,
State offer states one.
any objection? No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. Lewis, you advised in counsel, Mr. Moulton, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial in this case?
No, Judge.
And Mr. Moulton, your attorney, Mr. Lewis, has advised in counsel, are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moulton, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for this plea, the state's offering 124 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 124 days. This is to run concurrent with the 3 companion cases, and the state has agreed to dismiss calls M329608 and 23CCCR 2200 for forfeiture of the weapons.
Okay, Mr. Moulton, the state is offering that you serve 124 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you would not be required to serve any more time in Jefferson County Jail on this case, because you've already served 124 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That simply means that you will not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Moulton, the state will also dismiss cause numbers M329608 and cause number 23CCCR 2200. And this case will run concurrent with cause number M332360, cause number M333010, and cause number 23CCCR 2201. Mr. Moulton, do you understand the state's offer? You think that the state's offering your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Moulton, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Twenty 2201. Okay, Mr. Moulton. We will move to your next case, cause number 23CCCR 2201. And in that case, Mr. Moulton, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Moulton, it alleges that you, Trevante Marquise Moulton, on or about July 13th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of possession of controlled substance, penalty group 2A, less than or equal to 2 ounces. Mr. Moulton, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest. Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Moulton, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. You recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. You place your initials on this document. On the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification, the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? The next document, this document is titled Trial Court Certification, the defendant's right of appeal. Recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bar in case you have no right of appeal. You understand this? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Moulton, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? Did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct? To the best of your knowledge.
State offer states 1.
Object.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. Lewis, you advised and counseled Mr. Moulton in this case. Is there any evidence that he's currently legally incompetent?
No, Judge.
And Mr. Moulton, your attorney, Mr. Lewis has advised and counseled you in this case. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Moulton, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence. Are you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? State that we have a plea bargaining agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 127 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 127 days, tax and return on court costs. This will run concurrent with the 3 companion cases, and the state has agreed to dismiss M329608 and 23CCCR2200 for forfeiture of the weapons.
Okay, now, Mr. Moulton, the state is offering that you serve 127 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not be required to serve 127 days in Jefferson County Jail on this case because you have already served 127 days. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you have already served. This case will run concurrent with cause numbers 23CCCR 2072, cause number M333010, and cause number M332360. Mr. Moulton, the state will also be dismissing cause numbers M329608 and cause number 23CCCR 2200. Mr. Moulton, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Moulton, you had those dismissals,
I do, Your Honor.
and the state will be, for the pleas in these cases, dismissing the previous 2 cases for forfeiture of the weapons in those cases in cause number 23CCCR 2200. I have before me a document that is titled motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. Ms. Moulton, you recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes.
And did you understand everything that he went over?
Yes.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? And the court is going to sign this motion to forfeit the weapon, in this case, to the Beaumont Police Department. And I also have another motion to forfeit in cause number M329608. And this motion to forfeit the weapon to this weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, Mr. Moulton, I'm going to sign this motion, this order to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department in these 2 cases. Now, Mr. Moulton, again, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
You think the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Moulton, I'll follow a plea bargaining agreement that you entered into in this case, clause number 23CCCR 2201. Now, Mr. Moulton, we'll move to your last case, and that is clause number M333010. And in this case, Mr. Moulton, I have before me a document that is titled a document that is titled Information. This information is filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Moulton, it alleges that you, Javante Marquise Moulton, on or about July 7th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of terrorist direct family violence. Mr. Moulton, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Moulton, how did you plead guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Freely.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Moulton, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. On my tablet, do you recognize this document? And on page 2 of the same document, set of initials on the line next to boxes checked no contender, which means no contest. You place your initials on this document. On page 3 of this document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defend the Signature. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box is checked, states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? And I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Mr. Moulton, before you sign and initial all of these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Lewis, go over these documents with you?
Yeah.
Did you understand everything that Mr. Lewis went over?
Yes.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
State number states one.
Any objections?
Okay.
No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Again, Mr. Lewis, you revised and counsel, Mr. Moulton, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
And Mr. Moulton, your attorney, Mr. Lewis, is advising counsel you. Are you satisfied with the services in this case? Mr. Moulton, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what's the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 142 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 142 days. This tax and retire all court costs. This is run concurrent with the companion cases, and the state agreed to dismiss the other 2 for forfeiture.
Okay, Mr. Moulton, the state is offering that you serve 142 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will not have to serve 142 days in Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 142 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That simply means that you would not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. And this case will run concurrent with clause number M332360 and clause number clause number 23 CCCR 2072. Clause number 23 CCCR 2201. Mr. Moulton, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And if I failed to mention, the state will be dismissing cause numbers M329608 and cause number 23 CCCR 220 for forfeiture weapons in those cases. Now, Mr. Moulton, do you understand the state's offers? I think the state's offers in your case is fair and just. And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Moulton, you're going to stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. You'll be getting a copy of these judgments and dismissals as well. Okay, and Mr. Lewis, These are your only cases. You're free to go.
So I have one more, Judge.
Okay. Hold on, let me see. I have to do those, signing those two dismissals. Jeremy Jamal Morris. Okay, this is clause number 23 CCCR 1322, case to style state of Texas versus Jeremy Jamal Morris. Mr. Morris, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Morris? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Morris, you're representing your case by your attorney, Marvin Lewis. Mr. Lewis, what's your announcement, Mr. Morris, today?
Judge, this case will be a JP reduction. It's already been filed, I believe, in Judge Collins' court.
Correct.
We got that information this morning. So we'll just need some time to be able to go
How-
and take care of the pay,
Okay, how much time will you need?
2 weeks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the beginning of the month.
Okay. In the beginning of the month is
So at least 3 at the max, just at the max.
State has no objection.
3 weeks. Okay, give us a 3-week reset. Jeremy Jamal Morris, this is gonna be a JP reduction,
This document.
trial
Right.
docket.
It was gonna be,
I'll be able to tell you. 3 weeks.
Yeah,
March
I think
10th.
What's-
March 10th.
That'll work.
I don't email me receiver. Just bring it up to the meetings.
Okay, this case will be reset to March 10th, 2025. Your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Lewis, this is like case, you're
Yes.
free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Ms. Owens, how are you doing?
Hi, sir, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Owens, your attorney is in court in Harris County,
Okay,
and so, this case has to be reset,
yes, sir.
okay? So you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that
All right,
first
you
chair on
too,
the
sir.
wall.
Thank you.
And thanks for being patient with us. cases, your attorney has a vacation in this week, so she will not be here. Your case is gonna be reset. Please have a seat at first chair on the wall.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Sammy. Next case is cause number 24 CCCR 0610. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Erica Elaine Weaver. Ms. Weaver was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., Erica Weaver's name was called at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. She did not answer. She has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. Her attorney, Mr. Galmore, did appear. Time now is 11:53 a.m. on today's date of February 17, 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Erica Weaver at the courthouse door?
Erica Weaver.
Erica Weaver's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Erica Weaver did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Weaver an opportunity to appear in court. She has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
That motion will be granted. Erica Weaver's bond will be forfeited and the warrant shall be issued for her arrest. Next two cases are cause numbers 23 CCCR 1972 and cause number 23 CCCR 2262. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Felder Ray Williams. Felder Williams was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., Felder Williams' name was called at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Felder Williams did not answer. Felder Williams has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time now is 11:54 a.m. on today's date, February 17, 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Felder Williams' name at the courthouse door?
Felder Williams.
Felder Williams' name was just called again at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Felder Williams did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Williams an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture in these cases.
Those motions will be granted. Felder Williams bonds will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for his arrest. And cause numbers 23 CCCR 1972 and cause number 23 CCCR 2262. Next two cases are cause numbers 24 CCCR 1067, cause number M332936. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Clarence T. Flowers or Clarence Timothy Flowers. Clarence Flowers was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court bailiff called the name of Clarence Flowers at the courthouse door. Clarence Flowers did not answer. Clarence Flowers has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:56 a.m. on today's date, February 17, 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Clarence Flowers at the courthouse door? Flowers' name was just called again at the courthouse door. Clarence Flowers did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Flowers an opportunity to appear in court. He is not appearing in court. State, do you have a motion?
Statements are bond forfeiture in these cases.
Clarence Flowers, bond, well, those motions will be granted. Clarence Flowers bonds will be forfeited and warrant should be issued for his arrest. In cause numbers 24 CCCR 1067 and cause number M 332936. And this will conclude the calling of the court's docket. The court's docket scheduled on today's date, February 17, 2025, County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day. Prosecutors, you are excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.